Hello, everyone. How's it going? I know it's been a while since I've been here, but I'm back. And welcome to another episode of What's Going to Come Out of This Fool's Mouth Today. You just never know. Anyway, welcome back. Glad to see you. Hope that. Uh-oh. I lost my script. Did I write a script? Absolutely not. Today I'm going to tell you about, there it is. I'm going to tell you about a event I had back in 2019, June 2019. I was living in this apartment in, not in the state that I'm living in now. I will give that state a chance to not be tossed out there for the wolves. But I was living in this apartment, and it was in a pretty wooded area, I want to say. And it was the morning time. I got up, took a shower, went and sat down in the living room, watched a little TV before I finished getting dressed, and had some errands to run. So I'm sitting watching TV, and then I heard something in the bedroom, but I didn't think anything of it because I live alone. It wasn't like, oh God, there's somebody back there. It was like, oh, the wind probably blew something over because I heard something fall. So I didn't think anything about it. So I continued watching TV, and then I got up and went to my room to get dressed. And when you walk in the room, straight across from the door on the opposite wall is a window. And then there was another window to the right, which is where my bed was. I walk in there and I reached for my deodorant, which was on the dresser. And then I'm like, something's wrong. And on this window directly across from the door was a squirrel, a real live squirrel. That sound that I heard, the squirrel had knocked something over. I don't even remember what it was that the squirrel had knocked over, but that was the sound of the squirrel knocking something over. The squirrel came in through the window behind my bed. As I say, it was, kind of a wooded area, even though we weren't in like the woods, but there were lots of trees. And this one particular tree outside my window had a branch that laid on the roof. And I guess the squirrel decided that it wanted to come inside and see what was all, what my place looked like. Uninvited. So immediately I'm like, whoa, hey. So I like instinct mode, back up, back up. These things bite. They might be rabid. They bite. We gonna fight. So I backed up, and then I was like, what do I do? Luckily, my phone was in the living room, so I ran in the living room and I ran back, and I didn't go into the bedroom. I just kind of stood back so I could get a good look at it, so I could keep my eye on it. And the poor thing is terrified, and that made two of us because, like, what do you do with a squirrel in your place? So it was trying to find its way out. It had chewed a hole in the screen of the window that was across from the door, but I didn't know that yet. I guess it chewed a hole in the screen. It also chewed a hole in the screen to get in the window behind my bed. But I guess it was trying to figure its way out, and there was like a drop because there was nothing on the outside of that window where it was. Not like these things can't climb up walls, but that's neither here nor there. So I grabbed my phone. I called a management company, and I'm like, hey, yeah, it's a squirrel in here. And the lady, she's just as calm as she wants to be because she doesn't understand anything I'm saying. And she says, okay, and what is it doing? It's playing. Like, it's playing hide and seek right now. I don't know what it's doing. Come get this squirrel out. And she says, okay, I will put in a trouble ticket. Thank you. Click. And I'm like, okay. So at this point, the squirrel is trying to figure out what it's going to do. And it's then jumped down off the windowsill and it kept peeking his head out. I'm like, hey, get back in there. Get back in there. So we're having this battle of wits and wills, if you will. It's trying to figure out where its next move is. And I'm trying to make sure it stays in the bedroom because once it got loose in my apartment, I was leaving. You can have this place. I don't want it. You management come talk to you because I'm not staying here. So I had to make another phone call. Like 5 minutes went by, and then the first time I should also say the first time I called, I got the answering service. So the second time I called, maintenance was actually open, and so the answering service is supposed to talk to maintenance and pass along the message, but there was no urgency from them at all. So I called the second time and I'm like, hey, yeah, finally I got somebody who understands. There's a squirrel in here. And she was like, I'm sorry. I said, yeah, I'm sorry too. There's a squirrel in here. And she said, a live squirrel? Yeah. And she's like, oh no. We're going to get somebody over there now. And she says, I'll get somebody right now. So at this point, I screamed at the squirrel because it tried to come back out again. No, back in there. So I screamed at it. And so when it ran, I ran and opened the front door and propped it open so that way when maintenance comes, I wouldn't have to leave my area so I could watch it. I'm watching the squirrel down the hallway because I don't want it to get, we're not doing that. I called the third time because I hadn't heard anybody, and she's like, where is this man? So she calls him and checking my notes. Took about 45 minutes from my first phone call to the time that maintenance got there. And then the maintenance guy comes in and he says to me, and I kid you not, this man says to me, big old man like you scared of a squirrel? You could have taken care of it yourself. Who you talking to? You got the game completely confused. I do what with it? He was like, all you had to do was get a broom and beat it to death. Okay. So get in there and get that squirrel. I don't want to have no more conversations with you. And don't go in there and beat it because I don't want to clean up squirrel brains. This man literally looked at me and told me, you can beat the squirrel to death. Sir, no. Absolutely not. No, you go in there and do it. Like the things people say, like, do things click in your head at all? So he goes in there and he's like, well, it's gone. What you mean it's gone? It went back out the way it came in. So I go in my bedroom finally to take survey of what happened. And he was right. It was gone. It left me lots of little presents. Did you know squirrel's pee is not yellow? It's red, pinkish. And lots of little milk duds, we'll call them. Lots of them all over the place. And he was like, next time, just get a broom, get out. Don't say nothing else to me. Just get out. Get out. So it was an adventure. One that I hope I'd never have to have again. Because the last thing you want to do is be walking around your house trying to get dressed and then there's Screwy the squirrel sitting there talking about something, what's up? No, I ain't know what's up. Where's my rent money? If you're going to be in here like that, you need to give me some rent money because that's not how this works. Anyway, that's all I had. It was funnier in my head. It really wasn't. It was a terrifying experience. It was really terrifying. But I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really care. Have a great day.